Guys, what is going on, guys? This is going to be a very important video you do not want to miss. We have some very key economic events happening tomorrow that'll basically determine the entire trend of the entire stock market for the rest of the week. The market will be extremely volatile. I'm going to tell you exactly how I plan to play this. Guys, before we get into it, drop a quick like for me. If you are enjoying this content, I have a 10-cent penny stock, a tiny $8 million company that has $1 billion in total assets. Just had some very nice merger news that will give them around $60 million in added revenue. It looks like they already did $300 million in revenue for 2023 and were profitable that year. I also have a 0007 play that has multiple streams of income, had a massive catalyst today announcing their new cinema or new film that will be premiered at their cinema. Keep in mind they have multiple different streams of income, including their own streaming service and their own walk-in movie theater like AMC, except this is in China. A $1 million market cap company that has some very unique high value blue laser technology that is basically used in 3D printers and welding industries worldwide and much more, including space missions, it looks like, because they have secured multiple contracts with NASA. Also have a massive $100 million patent portfolio. So this just proves, along with the massive contracts with NASA, that their technology, their blue laser space technology, is extremely high value. Also have multiple different plays I'm going to talk about just like these, so make sure you watch this entire video so you do not miss these time sensitive plays. And tomorrow we have the most important economic events happening of the entire week, along with all of these tech earnings coming out. These are the most important events happening at 2 p.m. We have the FOMC interest rate decision, followed by federal chairman Jerome Powell speaking at 2:30 p.m. Now keep in mind, anytime these FOMC meetings happen and anytime Jerome Powell speaks, it causes extreme volatility to the entire stock market. First stock we want to talk about has some massive news come out. Keep in mind, I did call this one out at 2 cents. As of right now, as of today, is up 320% for the day, trading at 10 cents. So basically a 400% gainer called. This is MKRO, Monkey Rock Group Inc, trading at 10 cents. Just had a very big catalyst announced. They announced their second and third acquisition targets. Keep in mind, they just announced their first acquisition target just 15 days ago, and this is a $7 million revenue producing company. Just announced their second and third acquisition targets today, and both of these combined generate approximately $56 million in revenue with a EBITDA of 34.1%. So it's a combined $63 million in revenue for their first three targeted acquisitions. Now, this is a logistics company that has over 1,900 employees engaged in warehouse handling, overland transportation, temporary work management, and international freight forwarding. So this is a company that has a tiny $8 million market cap that has $1 billion in total assets. And you can see right here, you always add 3 zeros to these numbers. But for the first quarter of 2024, did $105 million in revenue with $742,000 in net income. And for 2023, the entire year, they did $297 million, or just under $298 million net income of $1.4 million. On their balance sheet, you can see they have $958 million in total assets. Looking at their share structure, only have 3 million shares at float. You can see they do have 371 million outstanding shares, but most of these are locked up, held by insiders, leaving the float at 3 million shares. So that's a very rare setup for an OTC play, guys. And but one negative here is they do have $887 million in total liabilities, which is a big concern. And another thing is, they haven't really diluted any shares since the end of 2019. They've only diluted 20 million shares, it looks like. I've checked all their financials, and since the end of 2019, that is all they've diluted. But one question is, how will they fund all of these acquisitions? They do have over or just under $10 million cash on hand with, like I said, almost $1 billion in total assets. So that's one concern, is how do they plan to fund these targeted acquisitions? But these acquisitions will bring extra revenue in. So this is one that has a lot of catalysts that is up 300%, called for a 400% gainer just on watch right now, MKRO. Next topic we want to talk about is Nuburu Inc, a tiny $1 million company that has some very nice blue laser technology that basically blows away any competition, as most of these 3D printing and these welding processes, their competitors are completely outdated and they have a new technology. There's a reason why they have multiple contracts with NASA that were actually renewed, plus a $100 million patent portfolio. Now this hasn't been updated, so just had a reverse split, so these security details are not accurate, but the new float is sitting at 250,000 shares. So with volume can explode, is up 33% today off some very nice news. Basically what happened with this stock, it basically got delisted from the New York Stock Exchange and went on the OTC markets. As you can see, was trading just around 1 cent or just around that level. Just recently had a reverse split, like I said, and just put out a filing that they will regain compliance with the New York Stock Exchange on August 2nd. So that's a very big catalyst. So their name will be BURU again without the D. So that's something to look out for on August 2nd. Already is getting volume and momentum. Now, the one big concern with this company is they are still losing money, and it is very possible we see an offering, as they do need cash. So that's something to look out for with Nuburu Inc. But once all that gets settled, could be looking at this one, and this one could still pop up and have some momentum and have a very nice run before they even do an offering. Just depends if and when they do that. So BURU is on high watch, will be back on the New York Stock Exchange on August 2nd. So that is very big, will be attracting a lot of new investors, as most investors will not even touch the OTC market. So that's a very key date on the 2nd of August with Nuburu. Next stock we're going to talk about is ABQQ, ABINTL Group Corporation, in the 000, trading at 0007, up 40% today off of some big news. As you can see, they did actually have record financials, or record profit margins. Just last quarter, they did $700,000 in revenue with $133,000 in net income, and they just had some massive news come out, guys. Today we actually have some research I'm going to show you about the company. You can see they just announced a new fencing film, the one which is premiering for screening on their cinemas in China. So this is very key here. ABQQ has licensed the movie to the distributor for a minimum license fee of $300,000 for screening in the mainland China market. So these are some real photographs right here of their cinema. I actually showed you some earlier. Almost, so that's basically more than 50% of their revenue from the previous quarter, and actually almost double the revenue from the quarter before this one. Obviously, this should boost their revenue. One thing I don't like is I did see this form come out, a Form 4, which is basically insiders that sell or buy shares of the company and do option grants, stuff like that. So that he did sell 45 million shares for 0003, and now the stock is trading at 0.0007. So that is a negative when you see the CEO drop all their shares off. And you can see he actually sold 50% of his shares not too long ago, and back in February it looks like he sold 50% of his shares of his company. So that is a negative right there, but they did just have that PR, and we have some very nice information. We have Stock Picks NYC on Twitter actually put out some really good research. So ABQQ actually owns AB Cinemas, which is a physical walk-in style movie theater like AMC. AB Cinemas is fully operational and generating revenue through ticket sales, food and beverages, and they have just under 300 reviews on Google. You can see these pictures of the actual cinema itself that actually has real reviews, and then this is on their website. You can actually go on their website, and this is what it shows. It shows the current movies, everything like that, and this is another picture. So ABQQ has other business divisions that they generate revenue from. One is through licensing of foreign movies that they have the rights to. Another one is through ABQQ TV, which is the online movie streaming platform. It has a paid subscription model similar to Netflix, Paramount, Disney, Fubo. Also has a ad revenue model similar to Roku, Pluto TV, and much more. Something big right here is China is ranked number 2 in the country in total box office sales and produced movies for more than over the past decade. So you can see these are some of their movies, and this is their streaming platform. It looks like has a wide variety of options. So they just had this massive news come out where they get this $300,000 in licensing revenue from this PR they just announced. So that should be a nice boost to their future revenue numbers. So that's basically 50% of their quarterly revenue achieved just in one PR that came out today. So that's something to realize, to see how their revenue is enhanced from this. Now, one thing I don't like is the CEO, how he has been dumping shares, but we'll just have to see how this plays out. But this is still one to watch that is gaining momentum. Ticker ABQQ, trading at 0.0007. That is all I have for the video. I'm going to show you what I am planning to trade tomorrow and some trades I made today. So with these two key economic events happening, keep in mind 90% of economists are forecasting an interest rate cut in September. And keep in mind the last few FOMC meetings, the last 7 meetings, pretty much most of these have caused or sparked a bullish rally in the overall bond and stock market. So Powell will be speaking. Rates should remain neutral. We probably won't get any changes at all. That's exactly what should happen. But it is very possible that he could hint at when banks will start cutting rates. So that's very key. Anything he says, his tone of voice could cause a bullish rally. Sofi did come out with earnings that were very good, triple beat, and every area looked very good to me. I did load up some $8 call options, and this one did dip down and did actually rebound and have a nice strong close. So I also added on this dip, I added $7.50 calls expiring on, I believe, the 16th, as well as the $8 calls will expire on the 16th. Now, why am I doing this? So obviously this one could see a big jump if everything goes well during the FOMC meeting and as Jerome Powell speaks. So this one, could see a bounce with the overall market if the trend is there. Company has been growing very rapidly. The stock price just has not reflected it. Now, why is that? There is around 20% of the company being shorted, and it looks like the big banks do not want SoFi to succeed. So that is a real, a lot of manipulation going on right here. But, this is just what I'm doing. And I am holding these $7.50 and $8 calls as of right now. And one of these did jump up 50% today. The other one I am down around 13% on. So hopefully these do play out tomorrow. Looking at this, looks like a very key resistance level to look for to break over tomorrow is at the $7.60 level. That's all I have for the video. Let me know in the comments what other plays you're watching. And guys, keep in mind all these OTC plays I cover, just because I cover them does not mean you should buy these. And a lot of I very rarely buy these OTC plays. I just made a lot of HIRU, and I did take a lot of profits on that play. I actually took full profits on that one. And if you do want me to cover some more updates on HIRU, drop a comment and let me know. Also, let me know some other plays. But, just remember, these OTC plays are extremely high risk. So that's all I have for today, and I will see you on the next video.